Hello, I'm very happy to continue doing those videos, and especially this one starting in English. It's always a joy to come back to English. So just a few words for welcoming you. My name is Rémi and I'm pursuing this experimentation to show up as a human being, with the intention to support us as human beings to strengthen our ability to focus on our own humanity and the humanity of others, whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever we don't do, whatever we don't say. Whatever we do, whatever we don't do, whatever we say, whatever we don't say. I think in my experience, not seeing the humanity of someone else is something that hurts. And when I'm able, even after something terrible, something very difficult, when I'm able to see again the humanity of someone, it feels like I'm restoring something very deep and precious and essential within myself. So it's a joy for me to just doing this experimentation and to speak every day. I'm realizing every single day that I'm making progress around getting clear about what I want, getting more confident about just showing up as I am, whatever I'm going through. I'm also at this, how can I say that in English? I'm in a phase in my life where I think in the last, especially 10 years, I've been really working on strengthening my I used to call support system, and I'm calling it security net, or system of security net, or security net system. And I'm having this idea of the acrobats in the circus, with the trapezists that jump in the air, and catch each other, and if they miss and fall, there is a safety net to prevent them from crashing on the ground. So welcome to you here. I'm using my experience to support us being more able to greet ourselves as we are, as human beings, but also with this divine parts of us that we also are. We also are spirits. So it's kind of complex to be human being sometimes. I know it is for myself. It is sometimes complex, and I love that I'm showing up as I am more and more. And anyway, I use the word dialogue to kind of put a title of this video. I'm reflecting on the things I just shared in a video in French that I just did. And as usual, I don't really like to kind of just repeat myself or just translate. I really like to. There's two values that are very important for me, which is respect and sincerity. I am interested in respecting myself, respecting you, inviting you to respect yourself and respecting others. And in terms of sincerity, I really love the idea of really consciously deciding to raise the level of sincerity the best we can. In other words, one question that sometimes we don't respond very sincerely because, cultural agreements, is the question, how are you? Sometimes, when someone asks you, how are you? Yeah, I'm fine. But right now, I'm just gonna explore the question, how am I right now? How are you? With the invitation to raise the level of sincerity and really being as truthful as possible. How am I right now? I don't know if I'm amused or curious, maybe both. Yeah, there's some curiosity around how I can connect where I am right now, just slowing down. I feel a bit of pain in my ears right now. Slight headache, slight tension in my neck. Quite not so slight, actually. quite a tension in my neck, tension in my arm. Just gonna try if I plug the phone. Yeah, my hands are free now. Cool. So the connection between making space for how we feel and dialogue, I think, is important. And I'm not sure yet how to make the connection between the two. So one thing I like to do to help greeting ourselves and practicing focusing on our own humanity is to check where we are energetically, what we have energy for, what do we want, what is it we're wanting to do right now, what would be supporting us to follow the path of least resistance, like the water. It seems to be complex, meandric, but it's the more fluid path for the water. The rivers, goes to the sea in very not straight way, unless it's a canal built by human. But in nature, water really takes some interesting shapes. And so I think dialogue for me is something around really allowing that energetically we are something like that. There's something that seems to be very complex in our lives, and sometimes we want to go straight, and we think that the right way is the straight way, the direct way. But I think the more we are able to just accept that we are where we are, the energy goes where it goes, and there's something that is at play and wants to go somewhere, and sometimes we resist it rather than allowing what is it that is wanting through us. It helps to chill and to bring each other's company, to kind of co-create more ability to see those kind of blind spots where we don't see that we are actually still beautiful, even when we doubt it, when we think we're not, because we're going this way instead of that way. So I'm not sure if I'm making a lot of sense, but I like the meandric ways I just followed. I'm curious if it makes sense to you. I guess my invitation is to stay with me, and if it doesn't make sense yet, it's gonna make sense soon, probably. So right now I'm inviting myself and you to take a few breaths. Be silent for a moment with me. I'm gonna be silent. And just listen to what is it that is alive right now in us. What is it? What do we have the energy for? What is it we would like to be known about what we are going through right now? I am wanting to make space for giving attention to those parts in my body that feel sore, like my shoulder right now, a bit, and this part of my neck feels quite a bit tense. Just gonna breathe into it for a few seconds. Okay. Dialogue. As you can hear, it's raining. Dialogue. What is it you and I, is there anything that you and I want to make explicit about what we are experiencing? I said what we're going through, but also about what is going through us. Right now I'm very appreciative of the work, this experimentation, of doing a video every day. I'm very appreciative of all the feedback I'm getting from people. I'm very appreciative of the dialogue I had with my partner this morning. Very appreciative of the fact that I asked her if she was available to visit my world, to listen to me, for me to share what was going on for me. And she was, and she listened to me until I was complete, satisfied, said enough. And then she asked me if I was willing to visit her world, and she's sending me a message right now. And I did. It was lovely. I love the connection we built this morning. We strengthened. I'm just gonna check. So yeah, it's okay. Oh, okay. Interruption in live. It's sweet. I want a name that I appreciate. And it's a mix of pain and pleasure. You know, it's like I'm so appreciative of the love, and I love this definition of love, that is this strength that makes us go through the night and the days. And in a relationship, yes, there is moments that are less light, less bright than others. There's ups and downs, as I said yesterday in the video. And the question of how we accompany ourselves in the going down from ups to down, and in going up from down to ups, or how do we accompany ourselves in the down or in the ups, is something that I find very valuable. And in terms of creating the condition for dialogue, it's also very important to be able to create some kind of trust, some kind of ways to, you know, like when we drive car on roads, there's a code to avoid it, to bump into each other and crash and having dangerous or deadly accidents. In dialogue, I think there's something also that supports the dialogue to happen, and you know, the kind of synergy and the love to be felt and expressed and co-create something that is of deep importance and also of great joy and satisfaction, versus things that works less well and makes dialogue kind of impossible, and arguments starting to happen and hurt to even get stronger at times, and even sometimes killing each other to the, you know. So I have a friend who said the absence of dialogue is deadly, and I agree. So it's really essential. Well, it's essential. So the question of how do we support dialogue in our lives, what helps us to have dialogues in our lives, and what are the restraining forces that makes dialogue quite difficult in our lives, are something that I think we can learn from. And I love the idea of sharing about also our support net system, and as I said, our net security in the net. Who are the people basically we can request company when we're going through something difficult, or when we know we are about to experience something probably difficult, or when we have experienced something difficult. Identifying the people we know we can reach out to them, and we have an agreement with them, we can do that. Sometimes the agreement is implicit, but I like the idea of working on making that agreement implicit. And last night I checked that I have 110 people I have agreement with. I can reach out in different forms, even more than that, but at least those people, I counted 110 people so far. And I'm thinking of maybe getting more precise in the criteria of the kind of agreement I'm looking for, to keep doing the work that I'm doing right here, right now. But not only this work, the work of, you know, offering to listen to you or to anyone else who wants to explore or co-create, and or look for ways to bring more spaces for dialogue in our lives, or more allowing of what's desired in our lives. Basically, to be able to keep being myself and living, I need support in different forms, including money. And sometimes asking for what I want, including money, is very challenging. So the less I'm asking for what I want, the more it diminishes the ability for receiving. In other words, sometimes I'm so scared of asking, of wanting what I want, that I can also stress and not see that I'm given actually what I need and what I want. And so having enough support, in a sense of company presence, that helps me chill and breathe, either with myself, sometimes it works, it's enough, or with someone else, that helps me express, as I'm doing right now. You are helping me. Welcome to express myself, and I thank you. That's precious, and I hope to return the favor to as many people as possible, including you, to be able to speak, to say what's important for you, what is it that is going on for you that you would like to be known, and maybe just having a space where you can think and see things in different perspective, to really allow maybe to remember not only who you are, but what can obviously be done that you want to do to support what is important and essential to you. Lots of words. I hope you're not too saturated. If you are, breathe with me. And let's try to get as happy as we can. Remember the water, following the path of least resistance. What would be the most easiest thing you could do right now? I invite you to try this experimentation, to start this sentence like this with me. The easiest thing I could do right now is send you lots of kisses. I love you. Thank you for your attention. I'm gonna stop this video, and if you want to do the exercise yourself, you can write in the comment. Do it with me again. The easiest thing I can do right now is, for me, it was just listening to my breathing and savoring this moment. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna do another video tomorrow in 24 hours-ish. And if you like this video, you want to share it, either you see it on YouTube, or you can subscribe or share it on Facebook and like it, or comment as many times as you want. And if you want to talk with me about anything that might, be alive for you, about anything, please do contact me, either in comment, or I'm going to try to remember to put a link for my availability if you want to schedule a time to talk. It would be no charge, and it's neither free neither charge, meaning I have cost to be able to do what I'm doing, the work I'm doing, so it's not free. But there is the minimum amount of money to participate and work with me is 0. And in this thing that I'm offering, at least after that we'll see. But for this first encounter and talking with each other, so that's the offer I'm offering, and I'm clear that it might sound quite strange and not clear, and so if you have any question and need some clarity, please ask. I'm aware that doing things differently sometimes can challenge our brain so much that it can take a lot of time to really realize that something else is different than when we used to think was possible. So please be gentle with yourself, take your time, do the most easier thing, the easiest thing possible for you. At least I'm inviting you to do that. If you want to do something else, you're so free, you can choose bondage. So lots of love. There is so much love for all of us. I'm gonna pause here. Thank you.